4.6 billion years ago, the Earth began to form, and this is the start of the Precambrian era. This is when the oceans first formed, which is where life originated as single-celled organisms. Eventually, photosynthetic bacteria filled the Earth's atmosphere with oxygen. Late in the Precambrian, multicellular organisms evolved. 542 million years ago,
the Cambrian explosion occurred, which was catalyzed by the Hox gene. This resulted in organisms growing limbs and segmented bodies. At this time, land was also colonized by plants. The first mass extinction was the Ordovician extinction and took place
443.7 million years ago.
It wiped out 70% of the Earth's marine population due to global cooling. A large landmass moved over the South Pole, causing glaciers to form and global temperatures to cool. It's possible that many species could not have survived cooler conditions or suffered from habitat loss as water turned to ice, lowering sea levels worldwide.
Slowly, life made a major move to land. By 470 million years ago, Earth's barren landscape was turning green with plant life. Soon, this new world would be home to ancestors of today's insects and spiders as arthropods evolved that could live on land. Other animals would soon follow.
The Devonian extinction occurred
359.2 million years ago.
The Earth's continents are constantly in motion. These movements triggered environmental changes that may have caused this mass extinction. Up to 70% of marine species died out. Most of them were tropical. Reefs and the life that they supported were devastated. Many species, corals, bronchopods, trilobites, and mollusks disappeared. By the end of the Devonian period, continents had moved over the South Pole. Because of the pole's year-round cold climate, snowfall accumulated on the continents, forming glaciers. Following the Devonian extinction, the amniotic egg had evolved and allowed for easier colonization of land. Amniotic eggs were more resistant to drying out. Because amniotes were less dependent on wet environments for reproduction, they could live in drier environments, off limits to other tetrapods.
Earth's most devastating mass extinction that wiped out 96% of all marine species and 70% of terrestrial vertebrates was the Permian extinction, which occurred 252 million years ago. It is also known as the Great Dying. It is also the longest known mass extinction that lasted about 10 million years. The suggested mechanisms for this event included one or multiple meteors striking Earth's surface, massive volcanoes erupting at once, coal or gas fires and explosions from the Siberian traps, and a major greenhouse effect caused by the sudden release of methane from the sea floor. After this event, the first nectar-drinking insects, dinosaurs, and mammals appeared.
The Jurassic extinction took place
201.3 million years ago
and had a large effect on land and marine life. 34% of marine genera disappeared, along with pseudocycans and some remaining therapsids, and many of the large amphibians. This extinction is thought to be the result of gradual climate change, asteroid impact, and volcanic eruptions. The first bird-like reptile, placenta mammals, angiosperm, and bees appeared after this mass extinction.
The final mass extinction took place 65.5 million years ago and was known as the Cretaceous extinction. This mass extinction was caused by a massive asteroid impact that changed the global environment. An impact winter followed the impact event, resulting in impossible conditions for plankton and plants to carry out photosynthesis. The hypothesis of the impact event was created based upon the discovery of the Chicxulub crater in the Gulf of Mexico that measured 112 miles in diameter and 20 miles deep. Following this extinction, Earth gained its first primates, horses, apes, and hominins.
Earth has been undergoing a sixth mass extinction, known as the Holocene extinction, and it is mainly due to human activity. Over 875 extinctions were documented to have occurred between 1500 and 2009, with the vast majority of total extinctions being undocumented. The species area theory states that the current rate of species extinction is 14,000 species per year. The megafauna, such as mammoths and mastodons, became extinct during this event between
9,000 and 13,000 years ago.
This is the only mass extinction to be caused by a single species, rather than some natural environmental factor. Studies have shown that wherever and whenever in Earth's history humans had migrated, species had gone extinct.